Y hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Tash aquí, bienvenidos a un nuevo video. Vamos a reaccionar y ver todo por completo lo que sería la Xbox Developer Direct, en la cual va a estar Arcane, Mohan, Turn 10 y Zenimax dándonos todas sus novedades acerca del mundo de Xbox. Está por arrancar ya en 15 segundos. Voy a ver la transmisión completamente en español. Ahí queda nada, ya está por iniciar en este caso. Y vamos directamente a ello, gente. Quedan 3 segunditos, 2 segunditos y vamos a verlo completamente. Esto va a quedar grabado para estar resubido a mi canal, pero bueno, espero que vaya todo coherentemente, pongan la mejor calidad posible. Y nada, suscríbanse a este canal si les gusta ver este tipo de contenido y reacciones. Yo habitualmente lo solía hacer en vivo, pero vamos a ver esto, a ver qué tal va, qué nos sorprende Xbox este año, este 18 de enero. Son las 9 p.m. de España y también, bueno, acá en Argentina son las 5 de la tarde. Y nada, vamos a ver qué es lo que nos presenta acá los 4 estudios. En este caso, como verán, esos los que mencioné son los del año pasado. Esto es de este año, obviamente está Obsidian. Hay otros estudios que compró ya Xbox. Puede que esté un poquito fuerte, voy a bajarlo un poco más el volumen. Cosa de que no me tape. Todo lo que va a venir para Xbox. La gente trabajando, ¿eh? Jugando jueguitos de rol. ¿Tenía un buzo de Riot o Flash? Claro, como tiene asociación con Riot, está ahí el señor Humo. El señor Humo de Starfield, de Bethesda. No lo queremos. A ver, ¿con qué arrancamos? Quiero sorprender un poquito, no me tengo nada pero ya aparece Ninja Theory con su Hellblade, Oxide, Obsidian y MachineGames. Bueno, nada que ver, como les mencioné al principio, eran los anteriores del año pasado y este año, al parecer, según la noticia que tenía ahí dando vueltas, iban a mencionar algunos juegos de Arcane y eso, Turn 10, pero bueno, son también propietarios de Xbox. En este caso se van a... Bueno, vamos a empezar por Obsidian, a ver qué muestran. Ok, ese Fallout gigante.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Avowed.
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands. A frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
Outer Worlds, juegazo.
And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical, to give players a world and experience like no other.
Okay.
It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world.
Mucho escenario, pero quiero ver gameplay.
Our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
Básicamente muy Skyrim, no, obviamente.
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
A ver, Gabriel.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
Ex en 2024.
You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and
muy centrado en el combate, muy centrado en el combate por lo que se ve.
If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You can
Usar doble vara.
Wand to freeze enemies,
El sueño de Harry Potter.
Use your offhand weapons power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Okay.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side
RPG.
quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp,
Con distintos
the third
caminos.
region you'll explore on your journey through the living lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Se ven bastante verosímiles, ¿eh? O sea, muy creíbles los personajes. Las expresiones faciales.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips.
Este le creo.
I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual
Me hubiese
style.
gustado cómo mostraban cuando se pudría y volvía a la base.
To feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We
Va, el
found
pueblo.
inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players.
Visualmente está bien, pero no es algo que me sorprendería mucho como la primera vez que jugué el God of War o el God of War Ragnarok, ¿no? De los nuevos me refiero.
Luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes, and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes.
Bastantes escenarios.
All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to
Esto ya estaba súper anunciado, el Avowed. Pero ver un poquito de gameplay me parece bastante interesante. O sea, la gente que le gusta los RPGs y las decisiones que vayan a tomar el rumbo del juego, me parece que está bastante bien. No es algo que me vuelve súper loco, la verdad, a mí, especialmente. Pero está interesante. Lo que sí, se hicieron Outer World, que ese es un tremendo juegazo, recomendadísimo, ¿no? En sí. A ver. Ok, Fall 2024 sale este año por lo menos en PC, Game Pass, Xbox Series X, así que el día 1 en Game Pass se puede jugar. Está bueno, podría probarlo en vivo. A ver de qué tal va el jueguito. Pero súper extenso, ¿no? A ver, ¿con quién vamos? Ok, ya tenemos la info de Avowed. ¿Vamos con Oxide o con... Oh, Ninja Theory al toque, me gusta. Vamos a ver Hellblade 2. A ver qué onda, Senuas. Ninja Theory. muy documental, me gusta cómo está filmado. Creo que esto no va a ser tan
Hi, I'm Don
extenso.
Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about.
Un poco más corto,
And that we
dijo,
hope
¿no?
you care
Sí.
about too.
El otro era extenso, pero no me molestaba. La verdad que es bastante bueno el juego. El primero, recomendadísimo. Más que nada, el aspecto audio del juego es buenísimo. ¡Ah, es la actriz!
She wants to stop the Vikings who
Es la cara de Senua, literal.
their source in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
Un poco oscuro, voy a prender un poco la luz.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga.
Este lo quiero rejugar. Le tengo muchísimas ganas hace muchísimo tiempo, la verdad.
Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to
Mucho
see
hype
her
desde el
unique
teaser que
perspective
habían
as a
presentado
beacon of
hace
hope.
como 3
And
años
she'll
encima.
discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Cada vez se ve mejor, así que mucha manija. Este es un juegazo, ¿eh? Para mí va a ser un
Senua is a Celtic
juegazo.
warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
O escucharlo
Players
con
will find
auriculares es
themselves
buenísimo esto.
traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
Ese lugar de
Spent a
motion es
lot of time
gigante.
planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it.
Ah, está de la reputísima
It
madre.
does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Como en la animación el detalle como que se fijó acá que se le había mordido y eso.
Better than anyone, better
Muy
than I
bueno.
do. Her instincts are amazing, and she
Muy
really
cuidado.
doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
Los escenarios, amigos, buenísimo.
We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse.
these voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
¡Qué locura! Como que los efectos de sonido o la música y todo está. No solamente la voz de Senua, está buenísimo.
Fast and deep is not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
Totalmente. Muy bueno.
On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Esto pasó en los Games Awards, se habían presentado la música de Senua Saga Hellblade 2.
We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Grabaciones ASMR.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
21 de mayo. Bueno, eso ya sabemos la fecha. Bien, buenísimo. Lanzamiento todo para este año. Me gusta hasta ahora porque no te están pateando los juegos y diciendo para 2025 tipo GTA. Pero bueno, eso es otra historia, igual GTA. Tuvo acá quilombo en el tema del desarrollo y que se filtró tanta información en sí respecto al juego. Acá, ok, desconocido invitado. A ver, ¿está esperando en la sala? ¿Cómo? ¿Square Enix? ¿Qué? ¿Sumaron a Square Enix? ¿What? ¿Qué pasó acá? Eran solamente 4 estudios y apareció Square de la nada. Algo de Final Fantasy, ojalá que no la cague. Imagínate, no. Es otro juego porque no aparece el Splatoon o el Foamstar que quieren ahora. Vamos a ver otra cosa, por favor, otra cosa. Algo.
Greetings, Xbox players.
Players.
My name is Masaru Oyamada.
What?
Producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix.
Ah, de Mana series.
聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され長らく愛されてきました。
Un montón, son un montón.
本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
Otro maná.
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。 今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabe. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。
Opa, se va interesante esas
ス
monturas.
ピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
Está lindo, por lo menos me gusta, parece un perrito gigante, un lobito
新たな
gigante.
仲間を考えるにあたっては
Bastante
今
cute.
作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い
Suficiente adorable para ser la mascota del juego, sí,
漠然とした
mal.
思いがありました。
Pero bueno.
その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、
Ah, un Yorkshire Terrier, claro, un perrito, sí.
古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
Es bastante adorable para andar navegando
もう
por
一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。
les tierras de
さま
Mana.
ざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
A ver. Ok, básicamente la música se va transformando. Medio un fade out bastante correcto con el ritmo de la
アクション
música.
RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
Va a ver.
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
No, ¿estás jugando el desarrollador? Bueno, el creador de los personajes en realidad.
皆さんにお届けする本作聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。
Ojalá que esté en Game Pass, por lo menos.
この
Para
忘れら
sumar.
れない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Este verano, el de allá es tipo, claro, nuestro mayo, nuestro julio, por ahí. Xbox Series S PC no decía el logo de Game Pass, decía ahí como que iba a salir para. Puede que también salga en Play, igual. Lo agarré un poco con pinzas. Bueno, vamos con Oxide y queda después otro estudio, a no ser que tenga otra sorpresa extra porque abajo hay otro espacio, no sé. Si me echarán alguna otra cosa más. A ver, Oxide Game, ¿qué nos presentan?
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative.
Lástima el lanzamiento que tuvo el Civilization. Que tuvo un par de problemas, después se arregló el 6, ¿no?
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good.
Interrumpía.
Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement.
What?
It's been an amazing process to see
El
from
corte.
concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
Okay.
Prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Depende del objetivo que alcances y tenga más influencia o tenga más importancia dentro de los reinos. Está bastante bueno eso, me gusta la dinámica.
Like the Great Pyramid of Giza.
No soy de jugar igual mucho de este estilo de juego, de civilizaciones y eso, de administración, pero me parece bastante interesante la vuelta que le encontraron como para competir. Si se siente que son buenas reglas, está bueno. Botas de trabajo.
Just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves.
Okay.
In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time.
Qué
This
quilombo.
rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real.
Claro, ese tipo real no se detiene ni nada, o no hay que esperar un turno.
With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
Muy activo el
It's
juego.
not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless
Hay una
perspective
marca paraguaya abajo de mi setup.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
What?
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Bueno, más tarde va a salir después de verano de Estados Unidos. Fall sería su otoño. Va a estar en Game Pass, en PC Game Pass igual nos dice para Xbox consola. La aclaran ahí. La verdad que un juego de estrategia así viene bien, es novedoso, pero la verdad que yo no suelo jugar. No suelo jugar este estilo de juegos. No es que sea algo que me llame la atención. Sí, MachineGames. Ahora sí esto. Ok, bueno, vamos a ver lo que sería Indiana Jones, ¿no? A ver, ¿qué lo presentan?
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige. Här
Suecia.
MachineGames. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first
¿Rey de la primera película o está basado en?
Always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in
La última
pop
cruzada.
culture. In this game, you
Tremendas
aren't
pelis.
just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew
El
it
hombre
would be
humo.
a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever.
Oh, no.
I had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of
El
arc
don que
he was
dijo,
gonna have. And as the years
si
went
quieren
on,
jugar
I thought,
Starfield, no
who
sean
would be, like,
pobres.
the best
Cómprense una buena
studio
PC
in the
para
world
jugarlo.
to make this, and it was my friends at MachineGames. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm
No fueron
on the
esas
game
palabras,
and being,
pero
you know, a little bit nervous because look, it's, you know, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team
mostrarme el trabajo.
Let's take our first
A ver qué
look
hicieron.
at the new Indiana Jones game.
Eso, esto es lo que quería, esto es lo que estaba esperando. Necesito ver esto, el gameplay de Indiana Jones. Oh, le di los gráficos como de Wolfenstein, man. ¿Y Harrison Ford?
Maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
¡Amigo! ¡Amigo! Se ve muy bien. Man. Esto va a estar buenísimo. Es el Uncharted deseado. Básicamente. ¿No? A ver. Me puse a Top Howard ahí.
History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
No, esto se ve tremendo.
Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Qué puta locura este juego. Me se ve muy bien.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Se ve demasiado bien, es una locura. La música también me da muchas vibes.
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
Es buenísimo. Nah, es una locura mal.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Churkulimani. The Great Circle.
El gran círculo.
You have any idea how old that was?
Esa referencia. Man, quería. Ay, Dios, esto va a ser una locura. Creo que esto fue lo mejor de la presentación, literal.
Such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at MachineGames, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world.
Y son los mejores que lo que laburan en primera persona.
That being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Mucha gente le hubiera gustado en tercera persona de Uncharted, pero en primera persona le das mucha vibe. No, está muy bueno. Jugar esto en VR también sería una locura. De mala calidad visual. Rejuego el juego en estándar así, con mando, con teclado de mouse. Y después lo jugaría con VR. Me lo van a vender 2 veces, si le sale bien. Me lo van a vender 2 veces.
third-person view.
Ah, para hacer la secuencia va a ser... Esto es muy Uncharted, obviamente, porque, bueno, Uncharted se basó en Tomb Raider y Indiana Jones se basó, obviamente, en personaje femenino de Tomb Raider, ¿no? Después, pero...
He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum.
Qué locura, man.
The man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage.
Los banco un montón. Wolfenstein, New Order.
It's an amazing global adventure with
El
action.
nuevo Colossus también, bueno, el Wolfenstein 2. Hacen tremendo trabajo para los nuevos juegos así en primera persona y además la calidad visual que tienen.
The pyramids of Egypt,
Wow.
the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
No, le maneja como las secuencias de las pelis, todo muy cuidado.
And we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
Es una película.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music.
Cine. Tiene la banda.
¿Y
John Williams?
We're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with
Ok,
his score
como
for
que
The Great Circle.
capturó la esencia de John Williams. Llega a estar John Williams ahí posta, pero va.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics.
Sí.
We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
¿Saldrá este año esto?
We always
Tiene la
love
pinta de
our villains.
2025.
I think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our
Me
models
parece mucho
for
como
Indiana
los
Jones and the
enemigos de
Great
Indiana.
Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always
Como que
those
tiene ese
moments where he
arquetipo.
finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of the
Es
head.
gameplay Wolfenstein básicamente, pero bien cuidado.
You got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals
El
has been
látigo.
to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
No, la iluminación se ve tremendo.
And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect.
Se ve muy divertido.
And hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones.
Está, me lo compré.
Obviously, there are a
Lo
handful
quiero.
of puzzles on the main path.
Juegazo.
A lot of the puzzles are optional and
Son
are just there
opcionales.
for the players
Si
who
podés
want
hacer
to
lo que se
experience
pinte para resolverlo. Bueno.
epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right
Muy
into their
bueno.
surroundings.
Muy
One
bueno.
thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Es buenísimo. Es una moto, me parece.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
La voz de
I want to
Harrison,
thank
buenísimo.
you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
A ver,
MachineGames
fecha.
is known for creating
La
these
fecha.
roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces.
La fecha está en
surprising
Game Pass.
twists and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true
En PC.
to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what
Ahí
makes
está la,
us. We
el
are
tesoro
making
dorado,
a
¿no?
game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of.
2025 van a tirar.
I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Disponible este año. Mira que está John Howard llevándosela. Todd Howard llevándose el. Ay, Dios, qué memazo. Muy bueno. 2024, PC Game Pass, me gustó todo. Esto ya está, listo. Con esto solo estamos muy bien. Igual que Senua Sacrifice, que para mí es uno de los mejores juegos más esperados. Pero este literalmente le acaba de romper todo. Este developer de Directo de Xbox fue lo mejorcito. A ver si hay algo más. Ahí está. Creo que está buscando. Está para mostrar el video. Un corte de todo lo que se presentó de acá. Lo de Mana, la verdad que. Bueno, metieron algo de Square, pero no es algo a mí que me vuelva loco. El otro de Garage, la verdad que no suelo jugar ese estilo de juego estratégico. Más creo que dije mal el nombre. Imagínense, pero la verdad que sí, no. Lo más grosso fue obviamente Senuas e Indiana Jones. Juegazos. La verdad que estuvo bastante bueno. Bueno, si les gustó esta reacción, este tipo de video, por favor dejen su like, suscríbanse a este canal, que siempre subo todo lo que sería relacionado a gameplays, noticias y vemos las transmisiones de esto. Y si quieren pasarse por el canal de Twitch, twitch.tv/Tasher, seguramente voy a estar jugando mucho de Finals porque es lo que estoy jugando como mi juego principal. Y como los fines de semana suelo jugar algún que otro juego de variedad. Y estamos ahora jugando Prince of Persia The Lost Crown. Un jueguito precioso Metroidvania, muy pero muy bueno. Así que nada, la verdad que estuvo interesante. Menos mal que lo vi y me quedé hasta el final, porque una parte como que sentí que medio filler esta Directo estuvo mal. Pero son los juegos que van a salir este año. El de Indiana Jones, muy hypeado literal, me encanta. Creo que fue lo mejor, literal, no hay chance. Del developer Direct fue lo mejor, no había otra cosa. Y eso, hasta acá llegó lo que sería el developer Direct. No mostraron nada más, solamente gracias por mirar y terminó. Y nada, agradecido si estás viendo este video y te quedaste hasta el final y diste like, te suscribiste, dejaste un mensaje y bueno, dejaron una noticia y después van a hablar del Scroll en otra revelación de Bethesda el día, no sé qué día dice acá. Después sigue después de esta transmisión, no me interesa, no voy a verlo. Así que dejen su like y cuídense, cabros. Abrazo enorme para todos. Tash out.